What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Report podcast. We got a special treat for you. We got UFC fighter Michael Aswell with us here today. Mike, uh, very eventful past week for you. You made your UFC debut. This is kind of part two of our interview because my Wi-Fi sucks. You blew out, but it's okay. We're back, and we got even more to discuss now. Last week you fought. You put on an amazing performance. This week was your boy Josh Van. Seems like for the Texas crew, it's a massive week. How you feeling?
Man, we're feeling great. This is everything that me and Josh talked about, and just us wanting to take over, wanting us to upgrade and keep getting better and keep showing out for our gym, man. Our coaches put a lot of hard work into us and really dedicate them for us. So us to be able to go out there and do what we do, and kind of put out to what we train and put it out for the world. It's nice, man. It's refreshing, and like you said, them Texas boys are taking over. And even our striking coach is cousins with Kevin Holland. So
Wow.
We see Kevin at the gym too, coming in doing his privates and things. So, our whole team's just elevating, and that's what we got to do if we all want to get to that next level, and not even just that next level, but inside that next level, get to where Josh is getting to the top 10, the top five. It's the goal, and Josh is setting out the blueprint right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. So we'll touch upon Josh in just a couple minutes, but I want to talk about you for a second. So you made your debut on short notice against the dangerous lightweight Balaji Oki. You yourself are not typically a lightweight. You mostly fight at featherweight for most of your career. How did it feel? You got the call on short notice. Did you have a lot of weight to cut? Like what was going through your mind when you got that call?
Yeah, man, it's crazy to think about, but for whatever reason, I just knew I was going to get that call. I didn't know when, and that was the hard part, right? I scheduled a fight for Fury just to stay active, just because if they didn't call me, I'd still want to have something scheduled. I still want to stay in the ring. I want to stay active, and eventually, I was still going to win that fight, still call my shot and all that. But it was nice that the call came before then, didn't have to, have to put on another show or anything, and kind of got in there and. Luckily, I was ready for it. Like I said, I was training, preparing for my fight, preparing for short notice, and I was like 65 when they called. So, I was ready to make 45 if need be, which that would have been a little tough, but could have been done. So when they called, said it was for 55, I said, it's fine, man. That's good. It's good with me. It don't matter. Like, let me get in there and let me scrap. I mean, I don't think I look too bad, with the 55ers, definitely a little smaller, but, I think I can hang at 55. 45 is definitely my home, though. I think I'm, just got more of an advantage at 45, but I don't, like I said, I don't mind fighting at 55.
Yeah, 55, you looked right at home, honestly. I mean, obviously Oki's a large lightweight, so I mean there was a little bit of a size difference there, but even then, like you put on a really good performance. I think you were like a plus 400 underdog going into that
Yeah.
fight. In round two, it was even money, which shows like you guys were neck and neck. He
yeah,
barely got that win over you, so that was super impressive, man.
yeah.
I
Fight of
really
the
enjoyed that fight.
Like we said last time, it was our fight of the night. Like,
No, yeah.
Yeah, it was a war. And so you kind of did make history that fight in a very weird way, but like you were the first fighter in UFC history to get that UFC debut patch. Can you give us a little bit of insight? Like what is that patch? What do they do with it? Like how does that feel that you're like the first guy to ever get that?
yeah,
Yeah, no, it was kind of crazy, that we saw that online kind of like the week of just them talking about it. And we really didn't know the UFC people really didn't have too much info. So it was just a patch that's pretty much going to go with one of my trading cards. That's going to be a UFC trading card. And I guess it's going to go together. It's going to be memorabilia. And I think it's just going to be something that, it's going to be in history forever now. I guess just I'm the first to ever do it. So, second time making history. I was the first ever to get a bonus on Contender Series. So, first ever to be the tops, debut patch wearer. So, it's cool. It's definitely got me some more spotlight, got me some more, likes and follows and stuff. So I don't mind it. It's all fun.
The history making machine.
That's
bro.
And
it. That's it.
yeah. And
Really,
to go back to your roots a little bit, you mentioned Fury. I know Simkai has been watching you from
yeah.
Fury. Simkai, yeah,
Like I remember, I think we talked about it last time, but after the contender, you fought one more time on Fury, and then you made your short notice debut.
Correct.
And actually, your boy Joshua Van, he's in the Fury Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
very. Yeah.
Actually, building upon, so I saw that you saw this too, but Joshua Van called out Brandon Moreno.
Love it.
Yeah, I love that. At the UFC No Shea, which will be at in Texas, I think. Is that a card you're interested in being on?
100%, man. I'd absolutely love to be on No Shame, man. I think that's what they're gonna have. They're gonna have that in San Antonio. It's only a couple hour drive, man. I'm a Texas kid. Might as well put me on a Texas card.
Mm.
Um, our coach is talking about coming out of retirement. Maybe put Josh, put our coach. I don't know. Put a
Yeah.
little four ounce. I mean, I don't know if they want to do that, they could do that. But I'm definitely interested in that card. I think September works out good. That's around my birthday in San Antonio. I couldn't ask for anything better. So put me with whoever. I'm Mexican, but I'm not. I don't speak the best Spanish. I'm not very fluent at all. So if they want to put me against a Mexican fighter, that'd be cool. Whatever we got to do to get on that card.
Yeah, and you
And
want to fight at featherweight, right?
Yeah, the next fight, Sean Shelby told me after my last fight that we'll get in there and give me a my natural weight. So definitely next one at featherweight for sure.
that's sick. And is there somebody, I know we kind of touched upon this the last time, but is there somebody specific that you have like a dream matchup of fighting at featherweight? Or is it more just like whoever they can get you, just put them in front of you?
I mean, dream matchup as in like someone that I've been watching for a while that I want to fight, or dream matchup like someone I would want to fight in the next couple of weeks, kind of call out and stuff.
Well, both if you can share that with us.
Yeah, I mean, dream matchup in general, I guess, one of the, Ilias, the Max Holloways, the Volks, those are the ones, those guys I've been watching for a while, kind of, wanting to fight a legend and stuff. That would be cool. Now, I mean, I'd fight anyone that was on the contender series on my season, any of those featherweights, any of them that are Mexican. The guy that took the short notice at MSG against Onama, Ramiro, I think. I'll
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's Mexican, so maybe that on
Yeah.
Mexico would be cool. I feel like that was my short notice op that I could have got, but it's all good. I'm not. I got mine, so we're good now. But at the time I was like, damn, bro, that would have been a good one for me. But yeah, I mean, whoever, bro, it really don't matter to me. Like I said, if they want to give me a guy that was in my position, that's on that short notice list, I'll fight those guys too. Give them an opportunity. Like it don't really matter, bro. Whoever they want to give me, I'll fight a top 15 guy if they want me to. Like it's cool. I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm gonna make my way there. So they want to give it to me now, later. It's all good. Whatever they want to do.
Yeah. And kind of to touch back on your like your roots, your origin story in terms of martial arts. How did you start training? When did you get into the sport? Like, what's your background? Like, what did you start off with, and what really made you like want to be a UFC fighter?
Yeah, man. I started with jujitsu when I was like 14. I mean, I played sports my whole life, football, baseball, like everything. Just an athlete. So there was a year where I couldn't play football. It was just like an off year. I think like going my eighth grade year. And I ended up doing jujitsu. A couple, these friends of mine that were cheerleaders for the, football team were just like, did it. And they're like, we think you'd be really good. So I started doing jujitsu, of course, doing the Muay Thai classes. And at the time, I was with Coach Salsa Elise. And, I started doing jujitsu, doing a bunch of tournaments for 2 years. And once I got to high school, I kind of stopped, kind of kept playing football. And then my sophomore year of high school, I started wrestling. That kind of made me get back to the gym, kind of made me, all right, let me, try to help with my wrestling. And kind of from there, Coach Saul just kind of pulled me to the side and just, said he saw something special and, could make me a champion. And I was kind of fat at the time, for like 210, 215. I was kind of bulking and stuff for football. And yeah, so I ended up losing all that weight and then cut from like 210 to 145 and had my first fight when I was 17. And then that was kind
Wow.
of all she wrote. So once, kind of I lost my first fight. And from then I was like, man, I don't want to feel like that ever again. And kind of I racked off like maybe like 12 in a row, I think, after that or something. Like crazy
Wow.
streak from amateurs to pro. So yeah, man, we're
You fought
doing
in
good. It's just once I do something, it's kind of like I can't be average. I don't want to be just okay at it, And so I
Yeah.
started doing this sport. It's like, all right, well, I want to be the best at it, and this is where I want to go. And we kind of set up a whole, goals and sheets of everything I wanted to do, accomplish, and we're pretty close to it right now.
Yeah.
you
And
fought in
I
the you fought in
no,
the
some guy you go.
you fought in the Fury Amateur, right?
hmm I fought Fury my whole career since I was 17.
Yeah, so I saw that you won the f amateur featherweight title and the featherweight championship.
Yeah, I'm the amateur two-time amateur champion for Fury, and then a one-time professional champion for Fury.
Oh, that's awesome. I think they
Yeah,
should put you in the Hall of Fame next.
yeah. I've been trust me. I've been telling them. I've been talking about it. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now
Let's get
that I
it.
think we got in there, I think you know, I'll probably be in there eventually, but I still want to get some things done, accomplish a couple things, before. So, but yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be there soon, man. I can't wait.
Sure.
Yeah. Can't wait to see that. Your origin story sounds a lot like JDM's in a way. You like were told like you have this like natural ability to fight, and you're told this, and your coach believes in you, and then you make your debut, doesn't go your way, then you're like, fuck this shit. I never want to feel like this again. And then you rattle off a lot of consecutive wins. And it seems like JDM had a very similar like rise to the top. He lost his first two. Then he won like 18 in a row, that 18th one being the for the UFC belt. So is that a guy that you want to emulate and kind of like follow that trajectory a little
Yeah,
bit? Like you want to
yeah,
be like,
man. Yeah, fuck yeah. He's a world champion, man, and he's sick. I didn't really know too much about him. I when he beat Kevin Holland, I was like, oh, okay. Like especially striking and the way he did it, I was like, oh, this guy's pretty nice, So seeing him come up and then getting that the shot against Bilal and watching that fight, and I was like, got a lot of respect for that dude. He's a beast, man. He's really, really freaking good.
yeah, he's got really good boxing too, just like your style. He's very pressure heavy, he moves forward a lot. So
And
yeah,
he's slick on the ground, bro. He was pretty slick with Bilal. He
mhm.
was able to move and
Yeah.
Yeah,
just avoid and get back up to his feet and stuff. Like super slick shit.
yeah. The takedown defense was crazy. It was
That
very
too.
Yeah.
technical. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really appreciate watching him fight. He has a very fun fight style, but I feel like yours is kind of similar to his in a lot of ways. So I'm
Yeah.
very excited to see like what you can do in the UFC too,
Yeah.
because I really feel like you can climb the rankings like that too.
I
You
believe
got a you got a really tough division in front of you, but like you're a gamer, you like
100%, bro.
it sounds like you really like these tough fights. So
Yeah,
I'm very
whenever.
excited to see it.
I'm ready to go too, bro. Whenever. I'm trying to be like Josh Van, bro. Anytime, any place, whenever, let me know, call me.
Yeah.
I might need maybe like 4 or 5 weeks, because Josh is a little guy, so he can make that shit in 10 days. But give me 3 weeks, I'll be good. That's what I realized on the short notice, man. I thought I did well. I thought there's a lot of things I could have done better, but it's hard to know what to prepare for. You don't really know what it's like to take a fight on 4 days if you've never done it. So now that I do it, I know what I need to do different to be prepared for it and to be ready for it. So I think you give me 2 or 3 weeks, I can be ready for anybody. Give me 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, it's gonna be dangerous for sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, UFC is its own ball game. I mean, you definitely I like how you adjusted to it like when you first got in it. Obviously, for everyone, it's different. Like we saw with this weekend, Patchy Mix made his UFC debut,
Right.
and he didn't really adjust to it. In my opinion, I thought you adjusted way better because
Yeah.
like you were able to hang with someone like Balaji Oki and win
Mhm.
around on him. So
Yeah. And so what are some like takeaways that you got from that you could share maybe with like somebody like Patchy Mix or somebody that's like making their debut in the UFC? Like what makes it different or what do you have to like what do you have to know? What are some adjustments that you like figured out that now you're gonna use going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't need to be giving Patsy all advice. He's probably got it
Yeah.
plenty. He's a world champion, man. He's done his thing, and it's
Yeah.
different. Like I fought at the Apex, right? So I fought there before, so I was comfortable. He fought at New Jersey, a whole new stadium, a whole new environment, whole new set of people. Like the UFC is the same group of people. I've known them for a while. I mean, I know he's been around. He's been in touch on his corner and stuff. Like I said, I don't gotta give Patchy. He's got all the advice and all the people around him needed to. But like an up and comer fighter coming up, considering short notice. They just got to know, what it implies. You got to for sure make sure your weight's ready. Luckily, my weight was good. I cut maybe 9, 10 pounds, and it wasn't too bad, bro. The UFC was there. They gave me my meals for me to eat and stuff. But I think just knowing the different conditioning levels I need to do, just knowing the certain things, my sleep just needs to be more consistent, and things of that nature, and just understanding you know, these short notices are just a little different than taking a little, having a week or two to kind of just compress your thoughts and all that. So, luckily, I only had 4 days, so I didn't really overthink or think about much because it was just happening so fast. But Yeah, man. If just know what it implies, know what's coming, and just make sure you put on a show. I feel like I was coming in short notice that I had to come in and show these guys what I'm all about. So hopefully I did that. Hopefully people enjoyed watching me fight. Because if people don't like watching you fight, then no point in you fighting.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
hundred percent agree. 100%. I think that's a lot. That's a piece of advice that could go a long way, even for guys that are like established in the sport. I feel like some guys just fight not to lose instead of fighting to win or fighting to win some fans over.
right. You gotta win something. The process can't just. I mean, I guess they're winning money if they just find the win, get half their check. But you
That's
know,
true.
uh, hey, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone does their thing. Everyone's got their own thing to it and stuff. So it is what it is, man. I'm just here to go and be the best I can be and win fights, as many fights as I can, and go change my life and be the best fighter in the world, man.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's got
That's
different
awesome.
goals. Everyone's got different ambitions and stuff. So
Yeah. So what are yours? You want to be, I'm assuming you want to be UFC champion, right?
100%, 100%. And I want to do it the way these guys are doing it. In the style that they're doing it. Um, it's been beautiful watching even a guy in my weight class like Ilya, how he came up and how he got things done. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely a lot of things I need to work on, a lot of things I need to get better at. But I think where I'm at right now and where I got a lot of growing to do, but I like where I'm headed.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. And making a quick pivot towards your friend Josh Van, what did you think of his performance last night?
God, I think that was such a beautiful performance, bro. Just so I mean, it was like there's not many perfect performances out there, but you could argue that that was one. I mean, he didn't really get hit. He established his game plan, didn't get taken down. Maybe his leg got hit with a couple leg kicks, but I mean, besides that, man, he went in there and did his game plan, established dominance, and then to end it, got the finish at the end. So we can't ask for much more. I know he would have been upset if he got that decision. So, and it's funny because I'm watching with my friends, and they're telling me like you think Josh is gonna coast? You think Josh is gonna coast? I said that's just not really his style, bro. Like he's not one just to coast. Like we talk about, just get the win. That's not his thing. Even though he knows he's up 2-0, he's still hunting. He's still gonna go forward and still put that pressure. And like you said, I mean, watching that fight last night was just that's Josh. That's a Josh-esque fight right there, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
very hard to deal with for all these
Yeah.
guys, all those top 10 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with that performance, he put the whole flyweight division on notice. That was a
Facts.
beautiful performance, and he looks dangerous. And I think that's why he's so quickly rising through the rankings and building such a following. Like his style is very like pressure forward and very fan friendly, very
Yeah.
on the feet, very fun to watch.
I mean, one of my favorite performances of his was against I don't really know his last name, but he was like the undefeated Japanese flyweight.
Oh yeah,
Surya? Yeah.
his last one.
Yeah, Van like broke him. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah, it seems like you guys in Texas are made of something different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. I think, and just being with Josh and just how he works, how he trains his mindset, man, just that go, 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 just kind of pushes and elevates, everyone elevates me. And, he's a beast, bro. He's like I said, he's laying down the foundation, the blueprint of, um what we want to do, what we're trying to get done.
Absolutely.
And you actually have like your coach, I believe, is Pineda, Daniel Pineda.
Correct.
Yeah, like, and you're in the same division as him. I think you said last time you wanna like avenge some of those losses.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think having him too, and I think that's a big reason why I went to 4 ounce. I just wanted to learn from him, see, how far I am from where I need to be, and just kind of test myself. And he's an OG of this game, man, and he's
Yeah.
100% finisher. He has 28 wins, 28 finishes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
unreal. That's
Wow.
unheard of. No one, I don't even think the closest person is Joel Alvarez, and he's still like six away, I think. He's like 23 wins, 23 finishes. So this guy, Pineda is just different, bro. Like you don't just hear things like that. You don't see things like that. And coming up, I was having a problem finishing with guys. So I think going to him and understanding his mindset, understanding, what it takes, and it's changed my game. I think I know it changes Josh games too, when he started going over there. And now we're looking back and we're just, so happy with the not just the the work and the getting the betterness that we're getting. It's just the family and the relationship I think that we've made, throughout. So yeah, man, it's been great.
That's awesome, man. And that finishing piece of the equation is it seems like a lot of really technical guys in the UFC struggle with that. So what's that missing piece that guys are just like looking over if there is one? Is there one?
Man, I'm not trying to give all these guys all their secrets out here, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying? But I think just a piece of advice for just anyone coming up, and I think we see it is just like we talked about, just relationship, just having a place that you can really call home and being like, these people are my family. And I think when you have that connection, when you have these people, I think the vibes are good and everything's just going well, and you're just happy. I think when you're happy, then that's how you win, not just in this game, but in life, So you
Yeah.
gotta find a good team, find a good family, people that you call, your people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
And
agree with that.
just really quickly, I just want to get your thoughts. What'd you think of the title fights last night?
Oh yeah.
They're good, bro. I thought that's exactly what was gonna happen. It's just tough matchups, especially in this game, but this fight game is weird, man. And like some people will beat some people, but some people are just won't beat some people. And it showed last night. Marab's just a bad matchup for O'Malley. I think Marab could have taken him down whenever he wanted to, and I think it just makes it a hard fight. So Harrison, I think just her time is just she's younger, she's stronger, she's
Yeah.
faster, she's one of the best combat athletes ever. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, this
And
is what it is. It's tough. I mean, I was hoping for Pena just because I'm cool with their strength and conditioning coach and stuff. So they show a lot of love, and but yeah, that's tough. That's just tough matchups.
very, very, yeah. And uh Harrison now two-time Olympic gold medalist, two-time PFL tournament winner. Now she's a UFC champion and she got Amanda Nunes to unretire. They're gonna do that legacy fight. That's probably gonna be the biggest female fight of all time.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight.
Yeah. Who do you
That'll be
got
good.
in that one, hypothetically?
Probably Harrison, I think, just because of activity and stuff. But if Amanda's still Amanda, then can't count her out, bro.
True.
But
Yeah.
I think just in this game, bro, like you got to be active and you got to be in the cage, and it's hard to just come back. Not many people have done it, so it'd be interesting to see how she tackles it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be super, super interesting.
Yeah, Mike, so I feel like I saw you like make a post about it before, but has anyone ever like told you that you look like Benoit?
Oh yeah, bro, all the time. Now we gotta get on the card together and then we'll take a picture. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes at some angles I'm like, wow, that really looks like me. It's crazy.
Yeah, the fighting style too, super pressure forward. He's
Hey,
more of a grappler, but it's
yeah. Hey,
it's
I'll start
exciting.
grappling a little bit. Don't I'm gonna mix that in.
Yeah, I can't wait
Yeah,
to see that.
bro,
Yeah.
their
What's
tennis
it?
match just ended. That was crazy.
Yeah. I got one last like kind of theoretical question, and then
Yeah.
like one more. What's like the biggest misconception about fighting that people have that don't fight?
Yeah, I think I mean there's a couple, but I think the most common is just that they think it's just barbaric and stuff until they actually watch it. They see how much of a sport it actually is, more than just, people beating on each other. 'Cause, of course that is what it is too, but I think there's more there's calculated risk and calculated rewards in this game that aren't really shown or seen. People just think going in there and fighting, and there's much more game plan and strategic moves in it for sure. And then other misconception I think is just that I think people just think that like grappling and all that is stuff is boring or not as exciting. Like a lot of people probably thought last night's main card wasn't that exciting, but I thought it was awesome. Marab had a nasty choke. Harrison literally could have broke Pena's arm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those are nasty things, and people are just like, like it's nothing. I'm like, dude, literally, if there wasn't a ref there, could have snapped her arm and just broke it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
if if Sean didn't tap, like he literally would have went to bed, like he would have went to sleep.
You
So
think that was a
I think
choke
that
or a
stuff's
neck
crazy to
crank?
think about. But people are like, oh, so boring. They're grappling. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you think that was a choke or a neck crank? I barely even like
I have
understood what
no
that
idea.
was.
People were saying it was a ninja choke. People were saying it was north and south choke. I don't know. I thought he had the ninja choke walked in, but I'm not sure. I gotta go. Those every time there's a submission or something crazy like that, I go and I send it to my jujitsu coach and I said, "What the fuck was this?" And then and then he just goes, "I'll show you on Monday." I said, "Okay, thank you."
That's a great jujitsu
That,
coach right there. I've had coaches that would be like, stop watching Instagram shit, like work on the basics. But fucking
No, well, he knows I won't shut up until he shows me. So,
no, but
or even like the other day, they had the PI, the what's it called, the little jujitsu, the
oh,
Mhm.
invitational,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, the fight pass, I think.
and there was like a teepee choke. I was like, "The fuck is a teepee choke?" So I said it to my coach. I said, "What the fuck is a teepee choke?" And he's just like,
Is that like a triangle with like no arms in?
"It's a triangle with straight legs."
That's I
That's
think I've been caught in one of those. That shit is fucking nasty, bro.
Yeah.
How do
I
you
think
land that at high level?
old school technique isn't used much, but here I'll show you when you get back. 'Cause I was in Vegas, as I was fighting that week, I was like, "What the fuck is that, Chuck? I ain't never heard of that shit."
Sick. That's sick. And this is like the last question for me, but I like to end off like interviews with this question. We talked a lot about Mike Aswell, the fighter, but how is Mike Aswell the man doing? Like, how are you doing on like a human to human level? We talked a lot about your fighting career, but it seems like you have a good base of support. You have like family and friends around you that all care about you and support you. But how are you doing like as a man, you know?
Man, as a man, we're doing good now. I think, when we're in this fight game, it's weird, especially I'm 24 years old, coming up. I'm like trying to finish school. I'm like, and trying to figure out, like, do I get a job? Do I not get a job? Like in that weird spot. So, now that the UFC called, I'm kind of in this situation where it's like, everything I said that I was going to do and everything I said that I've been working towards is happening. And, I'm able to move forward and not have to, take steps back, and get a job and stuff. I can really keep going forward and I can keep pushing forward and keep becoming a better me and that, my my life is good, me and my girlfriend live together in a house that, we bought together. And she's a big support system for me. She takes care of me a lot. I mean, she's the one that has a real job, that has to work at, 5 in the morning and I got a great family behind me, my mom and dad that always supported me when I started this thing. It wasn't like, hey, why don't do that? It's just like, okay, whatever you want to do, we'll support you. And life's been good, man. I got some dogs and my cat and my chinchilla and shit, and they all love me and they all care about me and they're happy to see me and stuff. So I can't complain, man. I got a good life and I got a I'm 24 years old in the UFC, man. So it's like everything that I've dreamed of, everything that I've been trying to accomplish since I was 17 has been coming into fruition, as I've been planning. So everything's good, man. My life's good, and hopefully it just keeps getting better from here.
Yeah, bro. God willing. That's
Yeah,
awesome to hear.
yeah,
I'm really happy to hear that, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Simkai, you got any last questions before we give Mike Aswell back his French Open?
Oh no, it's over. We're good.
Oh,
yeah.
it's over.
My
Well,
boy,
Mike,
my boy won, so we're good.
no,
Alcaraz?
Mike was speaking
Yeah,
about
Sick.
Mike was speaking about how sometimes like people weren't like they thought the main card was boring. I mean, the only thing I'd have to say to that to casuals and other people is that if the president is at the main card, I don't think you can miss the main card.
I think they just need to put Josh Van on the main card, and then
Yeah.
they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think they should put him on every single main card going
Yeah,
forward.
I mean, like the last part of the prelims is not a bad spot to be at, but
Mhm.
like you could have put Van on that Pfeiffer spot, but
Yeah.
this is all good.
Agreed.
Not as good as the
Agreed.
prelim feature though. He got a lot of
No, that's
spot.
what I'm saying. Future prelims is a great spot to be in, bro. I can't even complain. So, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having my boy on that main card. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But it's
yeah.
all good. It's all good. He'll be there. He's gonna get a shot
Oh yeah, no
Hell
shit.
yeah.
sooner
When
rather than later, for sure.
Moreno fight, he'll be on that main card.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for talking to us. I
My
really
God.
appreciate you taking the time. We're Simkai and I are really big fans, so
Yeah,
this is
we
really
are.
big for us.
We're
So
legends,
Let's
bro.
thank you,
go,
man.
man. Appreciate y'all reaching out, man, for sure.
Of course, it's all love. We're rooting for you in your next fight. We're
Let's
supporting.
go.
We're gonna repost all your shit. So thank
Let's
you for
go.
joining us.
No, for
Really
sure. I'll let y'all
appreciate
know
you.
when I get that next one, man. We'll do another one. Chop it up.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I can't wait for that.
I
Yes,
can't wait
sir.
for your next fight. It's gonna be even better than the first one. You're gonna
Yeah,
love
100%, bro. I
it.
can't wait.
100%
Yeah,
I'm gonna show.
yeah.
fight it.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been the Combat Sports Report podcast. We interviewed Mike Aswell. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yes,
You guys.
sir. See y'all.